Good morning. It's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself, and we are on our countdown to readiness. Today we say goodbye to resistance. So, are you willing to say goodbye to resistance? That is the question you need to ask yourself today. Resistance to everything. The ego is there to resist everything, to resist us from letting go, which is ultimately what we need to do. You see, it's there as a survival mechanism to keep us safe. So everything that you've ever evolved to be, everything that you've ever thought since you were born has been programmed to keep you safe. So your basic identity as a human being and the person that you literally are today is because you have these deep biological programs of keeping yourself safe. We are so afraid of letting go because letting go means saying hello to the unknown, and it means saying goodbye. We fear it means saying goodbye to safety. And we just, as a human being and as a person, we just don't know what we are without safety. We don't feel like we can live a good life, live a happy life, live a peaceful life, be loved, be accepted, belong, and survive, right? It's a survival mechanism to hold on and survive as long as we can. Not only ourselves and our life, but our family, those we love, and our entire species, right? So that's a lot at stake, right? The entire species depends on you being good at your survival mechanism. But that means that you are in resistance at each and every turn to letting go. And letting go needs to happen in order to heal. So when we're in resistance, we often come up with all of these blocks, right? These walls that keep us safe, and they feel really primal and they feel really like good excuses, right? Because the ego is very, very good at tricking you, at coming up with ways like saying, this is too hard, this is too difficult. It tells you this is unsafe. It will tell you you're not good enough, you're not strong enough. It will tell you you can't do it anymore, right? I can't do it. I can't make it. It will tell you that it's too risky. It will tell you that it's too dangerous. It will tell you that it's going to take too long, or it's too hard, or it's insurmountable. Your mind will tell you these things, that's your ego telling you these things, as a way of tricking you into keeping your walls in place. It does not want you to let go. It does not want you to let go of the resistance, right, to safety. It wants you to hold on at all costs. So it will tell you these things. In a sense, letting go of anything is death, and your body is programmed to survive, to keep you alive. So letting go of anger is like death. Letting go of fear is like death. Letting go of your identity, your sick identity, is death, right? So as much as you want something and as much as you think your body thinks it's good for you, and why wouldn't it want to not be sick? Why wouldn't it not want symptoms? Why wouldn't it want all these things? Remember, letting go is death in every sense of the word. And death, it equals unsafe. Death equals, the ultimate thing that your ego and your body and your mind has programmed you, evolutionary and just in your lifetime, to fight against, right? So that you can survive and your family can survive and generations after you can survive. So it's really, really important that that our deeper being, our soul, overrides this programming, this mechanism, this programming really, this deep-seated programming to keep us alive and say, we're not dying. This isn't death. This is actually going beyond what we know. Yes, something is dying. A part of us is dying, but a part of us is being reborn, and it's the part that we want. So once something is being born, your body will kick in, but as it's dying, your body will hold on as hard and as long as it can, and it will fight to keep it alive. So what does it mean to let go? What does it mean to let go of this resistance? Well, it means to stop resisting everything. It means to be in flow state. It means to be in the present moment. And normally when an emotion comes up, it keeps us stuck. The emotion is trying to point to something. And we are made to feel like we need to defend ourselves or ward off this feeling somehow because it is a scary, undesirable emotion to feel. So we protect ourselves in ways by building walls, by reacting, by overreacting, by snapping, by isolating. There are many ways. And we must learn to not resist these feelings, these emotions as they come up, because they are all going to trigger thoughts, and thoughts are endless. Thoughts come by the dozens and the thousands and the hundreds of thousands, and thoughts will never stop. So we have one feeling that can trigger thousands and thousands of thoughts. It can go around in our mind, and it can literally feel like we're trying to solve this puzzle or this Rubik's Cube because the thoughts are saying, but what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Right? And it's our job to turn away from thoughts because the thoughts are just the monkey mind. The thoughts are not important. The thoughts are the brain trying to rationalize and trying to trick us into holding on and surviving, okay? But if we can let the thoughts go and turn our awareness to the emotion, and then don't resist the emotion. We don't resist the emotion. We don't resist the fear or the anger or the loneliness or the grief, the sadness. We look. We don't entangle ourselves. We don't jump in, but we observe. We allow. We don't resist it. It is an emotion, and emotions always pass. They are signals, right? As long as we don't let our mind get involved, then we can allow an emotion. And once it's fully felt and fully realized and fully observed and seen and heard, it will pass through. The emotion won't stay. It's the thoughts that stay. It's the thoughts that trick us into feeling like we must do more or be more or hold on harder in order to survive, right? The emotions are just there to show us that we have a wound, a past wound that isn't quite healed, right? That we require love or acceptance, or we require, we require something. Because if we're holding something, if we're holding guilt, or if we're holding shame, or if we're holding, pain, or if we're holding fear, we usually require the opposite of it. And so it's there pointing us to what we don't have, what isn't healed, what hasn't yet been healed. And so if we just allow it to show us without getting entangled with the thoughts, and we don't resist the feeling through the thoughts, then we can heal what needs to be healed. We can see, oh, I'm feeling shame. I need to feel proud. I need to find a way to heal that wound so I can feel proud, right? Or I'm feeling abandoned. I need to be able to find a way to let down that wall so I can feel accepted and loved. So It's pointing and it's there, and it's the mind that gets in the way and kicks us into survival and tricks us into feeling like we must resist that feeling. We must resist everything about it. And it takes us off into tangents. You know, when you get a symptom, it's like, what did I eat? What did I do? What did I think? What did I say, right? Your monkey mind just keeps spinning, and it takes you down a path that's not the real path. We must learn to resist. To resist. We must let go, right? We must let go of this resistance. Like, we must learn to allow and to let go. And it's when we can let go of this holding so tight and trying so hard and trying to figure it out. And we resist these biological urges that are being sent to us by our mind and our thoughts, that we see that we're just in the moment. And when we can get absorbed in the moment, in what we're doing and what we're feeling and what we're thinking in the moment, we're free. So, are you willing, as we count it down to the new year, to let go? To let go of your resistance, of letting go, really. To let go of your resistance to feel and to be with and to see and to hear and to listen. And don't let your mind tell you that it's too hard or it's too much or it's been too long or you can't make it or you won't be able to do it. Or maybe this isn't the way. That's a trick. That's a thought. That's a trail. If we just stay centered in our life, in our belief, in our non-resistance, and just allow what is to unfold. This is a very complex topic, and I'm probably not going to hit it all right here, right now. Go back and watch some of my other videos on resistance. But as we count down to this new year, you have to be willing to say goodbye to your old identity, your old wounds, your old, right? Your identity, basically. We can't resist, right? We don't want to hold on to this identity at the expense of what could be born on the other side of it. So don't resist change. Don't resist moving forward. Don't resist letting go of all that you know that is designed to keep you safe. Ultimately, we want to say goodbye to these identities. Are you willing to say goodbye to your identity, to the thoughts? Are you willing to sit in non-resistance to all the thoughts and the emotions that come up and just allow them to be, but you to stay in your perfection of what you are and what you can be and where you want to go? So I hope the answer is yes, and get ready to count down because we're going to be moving fast now as we count down to our readiness to heal this year. There's going to be some work coming and ultimately a major decision before we kick off the new year. So I hope that you're ready to do some work. I hope you're ready to drop your resistance. I hope you're ready to say goodbye to your resistance and hello to a new identity. Hello to acceptance, to allowing, to being right here in the present. And I will see you in the next video.